Brutal opening. There's a place that separates the weak from the strong. It's not a place on a map. It's a state of mind. It's called the pain zone. And almost everyone avoids it. What is the pain zone? The pain zone is not about physical pain. It's not about suffering. It's about the discomfort of transformation. It's the place where your body is screaming to stop, but you push harder. It's the place where your mind is telling you to quit, but you continue. It's the place where the old version of you dies, and a new version is born. Who lives in the pain zone? Athletes live in the pain zone. The ones who become great anyway. Elite bodybuilders. Elite runners. Elite fighters. They all live in the pain zone. Entrepreneurs live in the pain zone. They work 16-hour days when they could relax. They face failure. They keep going. Warriors live in the pain zone. Soldiers. Special forces. They experience discomfort that most people can't imagine. And they come out changed. And here's the truth: if you want to become anything extraordinary, you have to live in the pain zone too. Why people avoid it? Most people avoid the pain zone because it's called the pain zone. They hear the word pain and they think, that's bad. I should avoid that. That's a child's logic. Real adults understand pain is information. Pain is growth. Pain is the signal that something is changing. The comfort trap. The majority of people live in the comfort zone. And the comfort zone is a trap. A beautiful trap. But a trap. In the comfort zone, everything is familiar. Your job. Your friends. Your routines. Your limitations. And because everything is familiar, nothing changes. You stay the same year after year. You become stagnant. You become bored. You become dead inside. But at least you're comfortable. For most people, that's enough. The statistics? Listen to this: 65% of Americans say they want to get in better shape. Only 8% actually do it. 95% of people who start a fitness journey quit within 30 days. Why? Because they hit the pain zone and they run. The pain zone is where dreams go to die. But it's also where they go to be born. Which zone are you in? Right now, I want you to be honest with yourself. Which zone are you in? Are you in the comfort zone? Comfortable. Stagnant. Dying slowly. Are you in the pain zone? Uncomfortable. Growing. Becoming. Or are you somewhere in between? Wanting to change, but not willing to experience discomfort. Most people are in that middle zone. And that's the worst place to be. Because you're not comfortable enough to be happy. And you're not uncomfortable enough to grow. The pain zone spectrum. Let me explain the pain zone spectrum. There are different levels. Level 1, light discomfort. This is the beginning. You feel the burn in your muscles. You feel tired. You're not used to this. But this level is survivable. This level is where most people start. Level 2, real discomfort. This is 2 to 3 weeks in. Your entire body aches. Your mind is fighting you. That voice is loud. 80% of people quit here. Level 3, breakthrough discomfort. This is 4+ weeks in. The discomfort is still there. But something has shifted. Your body has adapted. Your mind has accepted it. This is where the real transformation begins. Level 4, mastery. This is beyond the pain zone. The pain doesn't disappear. But you've learned to function within it. You've learned to thrive within it. This is where legends live. The physical pain zone. Let's talk about the physical pain zone first. Because it's the most obvious. When you train hard, your muscles work harder than they've ever worked. They start to break down. That's pain. That's burning. That's the sensation most people call suffering. But here's the truth, that's not suffering. That's growth. Your muscles are tearing. They're rebuilding. Stronger. That sensation you feel? That's your body becoming stronger. What happens physically? Day 1 to 3, your body is confused. It's being asked to do things it's not used to. Soreness. Aching. Your brain is screaming. Stop. This is wrong. Day 4 to 7, the soreness gets worse. Your body is not adapting yet. This is the hardest mental period, because your body is screaming and you don't see results yet. Day 8 to 14, your body starts adapting. Soreness decreases slightly, but you're still pushing. You're starting to feel slightly stronger. You can do one more rep. You can run one more mile. Day 15 plus, your body has adapted. Soreness is gone. You feel stronger. You sleep better. Your energy increases. You can see physical changes. Muscle definition. Better posture. Better movement. The mental pain zone. But the physical pain zone is nothing compared to the mental pain zone. The mental pain zone is when your mind is screaming at you to stop. When you have every reason to quit. You're exhausted from work. You're mentally drained. Your family needs you. Your body is sore. And you have to choose, do I train or do I rest? That moment of mental choice. That's the real pain zone. The voice. When you enter the pain zone, a voice appears. Your voice. Your thoughts. And it says things like, you're too tired. You can rest today and train tomorrow. One day won't matter. You've already done enough. You deserve a break. This is too hard. You're not cut out for this. Everyone else is resting. Why shouldn't you? That voice is relentless. That voice is convincing. That voice is the voice of mediocrity. How to handle the voice. And here's how you handle that voice. You listen to it. You acknowledge it. And then you ignore it. You don't fight the voice. Fighting it makes it stronger. You acknowledge it and keep moving. I hear you. I'm tired. I'm going to train anyway. That's it. Simple. Not dramatic. Just action over emotion. The emotional pain zone. There's also an emotional pain zone. This is when you want to change but you're afraid. Afraid of failure. Afraid of looking stupid. Afraid of standing out. You know you need to train. You know you need to build something. But fear is stopping you. That fear is the emotional pain zone. And you have to walk through it. The social pain zone. There's also a social pain zone. Your friends are resting. Your family is eating junk food. Your coworkers are comfortable. And you're changing. You're getting stronger. You're different. Sometimes people don't like that. Sometimes people will try to pull you back. Why are you training so hard? It's not that serious. Just relax. That's the social pain zone. The discomfort of being different. Why people avoid all of this? Most people avoid the pain zone entirely because they haven't tasted what's on the other side. They don't know what it feels like to have a strong body. They don't know what it feels like to have real discipline. They don't know what it feels like to be a different person. So they choose comfort. Because at least they know what comfort feels like. The unknown. The pain zone is unknown. It's scary. It's unpredictable. You don't know how hard it will be. You don't know if you'll make it. You don't know if it will be worth it. So you stay where it's known, where it's safe, where it's comfortable. But safe is slowly dying. Comfortable is stagnation. Known is boring. What's on the other side? But here's what I want you to understand. what's on the other side of the pain zone is extraordinary. You emerge from the pain zone as a different person. Not just physically, mentally, spiritually, completely. You've experienced something most people never experience. You've pushed yourself beyond what you thought was possible. And that changes you. Transition to Part 2. Part 2 is about the exact journey through the pain zone. The stages. The challenges. The victories. And most importantly, how to survive it. Part 2 opening. Welcome to Part 2. This is the technical section. This is where I show you the exact path through the pain zone. Because knowing the pain zone exists is one thing. Knowing how to survive it is another. The pain zone stages. Stage 1, the beginning, days 1 to 3. This is when you enter. Everything is new. Your body is confused. Your mind is excited. What you feel: soreness, fatigue, slight discomfort, excitement and motivation. What your mind says: I can do this. This is manageable. I've got this. The challenge. The challenge in stage 1 is not the pain. It's not the discomfort. It's that everything feels fine. You think, if this is the pain zone, it's not so bad. That's a trap. Stage 1 is the honeymoon. The real pain zone comes later. How to survive. Don't celebrate stage 1. Understand that stages 2 and 3 are coming. Use this time to establish habits. Build routines. Lock in your training schedule. When stage 2 hits, your habits will be what keeps you going. Stage 2, the wall, days 4 to 14. This is the real pain zone. This is where most people quit. What you feel: intense soreness, deep fatigue, mental resistance, desire to quit, doubt about whether this will work. What your mind says: this is too hard. Maybe I'm not built for this. Maybe I should take a break. Maybe this isn't for me. Everyone else is relaxing. Why am I torturing myself? The challenge. The challenge in stage 2 is that there are no results yet. You've been suffering for 2 weeks and you don't see major physical changes. Your mind is screaming and your body shows no reward. This is brutal. This is where 80% of people quit. The statistics. Week 1, 90% of people who start are still going. Week 2, 70% are still going. Week 3, 20% are still going. That's how many people quit in stage 2. How to survive. Here's how you survive stage 2. You remember that this is temporary. You remember that this is normal. You remember that pain is information. You also do something crucial. You reach out to someone. You tell them, I'm in week 2 and it's hard. I'm going to keep going. Accountability is massive in stage 2. You also do smaller workouts on stage 2 days. Not to avoid the pain, but to be smart. If you're completely destroyed in stage 2, you might actually injure yourself. So you train. But you're not trying to hit PRs. You're surviving. You're maintaining. You're getting through. Stage 3, the breakthrough, days 15 to 28. This is where the magic happens. What you feel: soreness starts to decrease. Energy starts to increase. You feel slightly stronger. You can do more reps. You sleep better. Your body is taking shape. What your mind says: wait. This is actually working. I can feel the difference. I can see the difference. I'm actually doing this. The challenge. The challenge in stage 3 is complacency. You've made it past stage 2. You're feeling better. Your mind is saying, I could probably stop here. I've done enough. That's a trap. Stage 3 is when the real work begins. How to survive. In Stage 3, you increase intensity. You push harder. Then Stage 2. You add more reps, more distance, more effort. Why? Because you're adapted. Your body can handle it. And Stage 4 is coming. You also start celebrating the small wins. You ran an extra mile. You did 10 more push-ups. You stuck with your diet. Celebrate those wins. They build momentum. Stage 4, the transformation, days 29 plus. This is beyond the pain zone. This is where you live differently. What you feel. Your body is completely different. You have real strength. You have real discipline. You have real confidence. You move differently. You speak differently. You think differently. What your mind says. I did this. I actually did this. I'm different. Now. The challenge. The challenge in Stage 4 is boredom. You've adapted. The pain zone is no longer painful. It's just normal. So you have to increase the challenge. You have to push further. You have to continue growing. How to survive. In Stage 4, you set new goals. Bigger goals. You push harder. You run further. You train more intensely. Because the pain zone isn't a destination. It's a direction. It's continuous improvement. The physical transformation timeline. Week 1. Visible soreness. Fatigue. No physical changes. High motivation. Week 2. Peak soreness. Peak fatigue. Still no visible changes. Motivation is low. Quitting urge is high. Week 3. Soreness decreases. Slight visible changes. Energy increases. Motivation returns. Week 4. Clear visible changes. Muscle definition appearing. Energy is high. Confidence is rising. Week 6. Significant physical changes. People commenting. Clothes fit differently. Complete confidence shift. Week 8. Complete transformation. Unrecognizable from day 1. New level of physical capability. New level of confidence. Week 12. You are a different person. Not just physically. Mentally. Spiritually. Everything has shifted. The mental transformation. But the physical changes are obvious. The mental changes are subtle. But they're more powerful. Week 1. You believe this will work. You believe you can do it. You're excited. Week 2. You're questioning everything. You're doubting yourself. You're wondering if this is worth it. Week 3. Something shifts. You realize you can do hard things. You realize that discipline is just repetition. You start to believe in yourself again. Week 4. You understand something crucial. Discomfort is not a sign of danger. It's a sign of growth. You start seeking discomfort instead of avoiding it. Week 6. You look at people who quit and you feel something. Pity? No. Understanding. Because you remember week 2, you remember wanting to quit. You also look at yourself with respect. Real respect. Because you kept going. Week 8. You understand that you can do anything. That's not arrogance. That's understanding how powerful you are when you commit. You also understand that other people are weak. Not because they lack ability, but because they lack commitment. The pain zone rules. Rule 1. No shortcuts. There are no hacks in the pain zone. No secret supplements. No special techniques. Only work. Only commitment. Only repetition. Rule 2. The pain is temporary. The worst part of the pain zone is weeks 2 to 3. After that, your body adapts and it gets easier. You just have to survive those 2 to 3 weeks. Rule 3. mental overrides physical. Your mind will say quit long before your body actually needs to quit. The mental pain is infinitely worse than the physical pain, which means the victory is mental, not physical. Rule 4: Consistency is everything. One workout doesn't matter. One day of discipline doesn't matter. But 30 workouts in a row does matter. 30 days of discipline changes everything. Rule 5: You will become what you repeat. You will not become fit because you worked out once. You will become fit because you worked out 100 times. Your body and mind become what you repeat. Rule 6: The pain zone has no endpoint. Most people think, I'll do this pain zone for 30 days and then I'm done. No. The pain zone is forever. Because once you've experienced it, you understand that growth requires discomfort. You spend the rest of your life in the pain zone. It just gets easier. What separates people in the pain zone? Some people make it through. Most don't. What's the difference? It's not genetics. Not talent. Not luck. It's one thing: identity. The people who make it through have shifted their identity. They see themselves as the type of person who does hard things. They don't say, I'm trying to get fit. They say, I'm a fit person. Fit people train. I train. They don't say, I'm trying to have discipline. They say, I'm a disciplined person. Disciplined people keep their promises. I keep my promises. That identity shift is the most powerful thing in the pain zone. Transition to Part 3. Part 3 is about what happens after the pain zone. What your life looks like on the other side. Because that's where the real story begins. Part 3 opening. Welcome to Part 3. This is where we talk about the payoff. Because the pain zone is not the destination. It's the journey. What's on the other side of the pain zone is extraordinary. The physical transformation. Let me show you what 90 days of pain zone gets you. Your body. You are unrecognizable from day one. Not just muscles. Your posture. Your movement. Your energy. You walk into a room and people notice. Not because they consciously recognize it, but because you carry yourself differently. You stand taller. You move with authority. Your presence is different. Your strength. You are genuinely strong now. You can do 100 push-ups. You can run 5 miles. You can move heavy things without strain. But more than that, you know you're strong. You know what your body is capable of. You know you can handle pain. Your energy. You have more energy than you've had in years. You sleep better. You wake up refreshed. You move through your day with purpose and energy. People ask you, how do you have so much energy? You don't know how to explain it. It's just what happens when you take care of your body. The mental transformation. But the physical changes are just the surface. Your mindset. You understand something that most people never understand. You are infinitely more capable than you believed. You thought you couldn't do hard things. You thought discomfort was something to avoid. You thought discipline was a burden. Now you know the truth. Discomfort is where growth happens. Discipline is freedom. Hard things are where you find out who you really are. Your confidence. You have real confidence now. Not false confidence. Real confidence. False confidence comes from never being tested. Real confidence comes from being tested and succeeding. You've been tested. You've succeeded. You know you can handle things. That changes everything. Your identity. You have shifted your identity. You're no longer someone who tries to get fit. You're someone who is fit. You're no longer someone who tries to have Discipline. You're someone who is disciplined. That identity shift changes every decision you make. The social transformation. Other people's reactions. People notice. They notice that you're different. Your appearance changed, yes? But it's more than that. Your confidence is visible. Your strength is visible. Your commitment is visible. Some people will celebrate this. They'll ask you how you did it. They'll want to join you. Some people will be threatened by this. They'll try to pull you back. They'll make excuses for why they can't do it. They'll say things like, "You're so lucky. You don't have real responsibilities like me." Don't listen to those people. They're coming from fear. Relationships. Your relationships change. Some people realize they want the same thing you have. They become closer. They want to train with you. They want to improve. Some people realize they're comfortable being average. They drift away. And that's okay. You don't need everyone. Romantic attraction. If you're single, your dating life changes dramatically. It's not just that you look better. It's that you carry yourself with confidence. It's that you respect yourself. It's that you have standards for yourself. People are attracted to that. Real people are attracted to someone who respects themselves. The emotional transformation. Your self-respect. This is the deepest transformation. You respect yourself. You look in the mirror and you see someone who keeps their promises. Someone who does hard things. Someone who is reliable. Even to themselves. That self-respect bleeds into everything. Into how you speak. How you make decisions. How you interact with others. Your gratitude. You become grateful for your body. For your capability. For the simple fact that you can move. A lot of people take their bodies for granted. You don't anymore. You've felt what it's like to push your body to its limits. You've felt what it's like to be strong. You're grateful for that. Your purpose. You understand something about yourself. You are someone who can do hard things. That understanding becomes your purpose. You don't just exist. You build. You push. You grow. And that changes your entire life direction. The career transformation. Here's something people don't expect. Your career improves. Why? Because discipline transfers. Because confidence transfers. Because your mentality shifts. You bring the same commitment to your work that you brought to training. You push harder. You care more. You deliver more. People notice. Your boss notices. Your coworkers notice. And opportunities come. Not because you're lucky. Because you're different. Because you carry yourself differently. Because you project confidence. The financial transformation. Your financial situation improves. Again, not because of luck, but because you're confident enough to ask for a raise. Because you're disciplined enough to not waste money on nonsense. Because you're confident enough to start a side business. You understand that if you can commit to 90 days of training, you can commit to 90 days of building a business. And that changes your financial trajectory. The ultimate truth. Here's the ultimate truth about the pain zone. It's not about getting fit. It's about proving to yourself that you can do hard things. It's about building the identity of someone who commits and follows through. Once you have that identity, you can apply it to anything. Fitness, business, relationships, personal growth. Everything becomes possible because you've proven to yourself that you can handle discomfort. The choice. So now you have a choice. You know what's on the other side of the pain zone. You know it's Transformative. Do you enter? Or do you stay comfortable? The 90-day challenge. I'm giving you a 90-day challenge. Not 30 days. 90 days. That's 90 workouts. That's 90 days of discipline. That's the minimum required for real transformation. Here's what you do. Days 1 to 30, just survive. Wake up at 5:30. Do 50 push-ups. Train 5 days a week. Eat clean. That's it. Days 31 to 60, push harder. Morning push-ups to 75. Training gets harder. Add distance to your running. Add intensity to your lifting. Days 61 to 90, peak. Morning push-ups to 100. Training is intense. You're at your strongest. That's it. 90 days. 3 months. By day 90, you will be unrecognizable. The warning. But I have to warn you, the pain zone is not for everyone. It requires sacrifice. It requires discomfort. It requires commitment. If you're looking for an easy way to transform your life, the pain zone is not for you. But if you're willing to do hard things, if you're willing to be uncomfortable, if you're willing to sacrifice, then the pain zone is your path. The final challenge. So here's my final challenge to you. Can you handle 90 days? Not perfectly. Just consistently. Can you wake up when you don't feel like it? Can you train when you're tired? Can you eat clean when junk food is easier? Can you do hard things when nobody is watching? Can you do all of that for 90 days? If the answer is yes, then you have the power to transform your life. The closing. The pain zone is waiting. The version of yourself on the other side is waiting. You're closer than you think. You just have to enter. You just have to push through. And you will emerge as a different person. A stronger person. A more confident person. A person who respects themselves. A legend. Now go. Enter the pain zone. And prove to yourself what you're truly capable of. Your transformation starts today.